You are all about to see so much bedhead in this video. Hey guys, so I am starting a personal challenge for myself. Not challenging this with anyone else. This is just a challenge I am doing. But I bought myself a walking pad back on Boxing Day of 2023. I've been using it really consistently. I've been really good about it. I still have my fluffy critter over there that he has to go for WALKs every day. There are some days that I take him and then I just don't want to do anything else. So I'm like, that was my walk for the day. And I don't do my walking pad, but I have been trying to do both him outside and then myself on this thing a little bit extra if I have time. Today we are not going because it's been snowing like crazy for the last like 3 days straight. So we're not going outside. So I'm starting a challenge for myself. I thought about doing this a bit ago. I am going to try to walk all of the Star Wars movies. Not all at once, because that's a straight like 24 hours. I find that I enjoy watching movies opposed to TV shows. I still watch TV shows, like I put the walker in front of the TV so I could watch television while I'm walking, but I actually prefer to watch movies because I feel like I'm not like waiting for the episode to end and like just like constantly like, oh my gosh, okay, this episode's almost over at this part, so it's almost over. I'm the worst when it comes to just listening to music and walking because then I'm like counting the songs and I feel like I have nothing to like distract me or anything. So TV, movies is the perfect thing for me to use as like a distraction when I am on the walking pad. So my last 2 walks, I walked entire episodes of The Mandalorian. And I think I did like 50 some minutes. And then the next episode I did another like 50 minutes. The longest I've ever gone in a consecutive amount of time on my walking pad was 70 minutes. And that was actually me finishing off The Rise of Skywalker because I had started it the night before. And then I went to bed. And then the next morning I was like, I'm going to finish it. So it had 70 minutes left and I finished it while on my walking pad. I'm going to walk the entire saga of Star Wars, not all at once and not one movie at a time because I do have stuff I have to do, so I don't have 2 hours at a time right now to walk. But today I do have a bit of time, so I'll see how much I can get in. I'm hoping I can get at least 40 minutes in today. I'm going to be using my watch as a distance tracker because the distance on my actual walking pad, I don't quite understand. I don't think it's definitely not in kilometers, and I don't really know if it's in miles. I can't figure out the math of the distance tracker on the actual walking pad. So I'm going to use my watch as a tracker to see how long I actually, like the distance I actually walk. And then I will add up how long I walk every single day and how far, and then we will see how long it actually takes me to walk the entire Star Wars saga. So it's day 1 of doing this, and I'm going to start with A New Hope. I really like starting with A New Hope when I do marathons because I'll do like the first trilogy and then I'll do one of the stories, so like Rogue One, and then I'll do the prequels, and then I'll do the second story, which we have Solo, and then I'll do the sequel trilogy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with A New Hope today, and we'll see how far I get into it. We'll see how long I walk, and we'll just keep on doing this until I finish the saga. Let's just get started on this. Okay, so we are starting A New Hope, doggy. Starting the treadmill. And starting my watch. That was really challenging to get started between starting the movie, the treadmill, and my watch. So I probably won't do that every single time, just because that was really difficult and now we're all off sync. So anyway, let's see how far I get today for my first walk of Star Wars. First walk of my challenge is done, and I ended up walking 54 minutes. So this is part of the reason I like watching movies while I'm on my walking pad, because I don't say I'm gonna walk 40 minutes or anything, because then I constantly, even though I'm watching a movie and I'm distracted, I'm constantly looking at the time thinking, how long has it been? Has it been 40 minutes yet? Okay, we're at this many minutes. So what I've decided to do is, I decided when I got on my walker, I was like, okay, I'm going to pick a point in the movie and I'm going to walk until that point, whether it's 40 minutes or not. And so at this particular walk, I decided to walk until Han Solo, Luke, Obi-Wan, they leave Tatooine. So as you can see, this is just as they are leaving Tatooine. I'm not watching the time because I'm watching the movie and I'm just waiting for it to get to that point of the movie. So apparently that point of the movie is 54 minutes in about, and that's how long I walked. So I think the next walk I do, I'm going to walk until they get off the Death Star. After they save Princess Leia and they get off the Death Star. And then the next time I walk, I'll do the remainder of the movie. So I think I can kill this movie in 3 walks. And I think that's what I'll try to do. I'll try to do 3 installments for each movie. I think that's a good goal. I don't know. We'll see. I just like not setting like a time or anything, because like I said, then I'm just constantly watching the time, where in this case I was waiting for a point in the movie to come, so I was watching the movie and I was enjoying the movie, and then all of a sudden I walked 4 kilometers and I'm at 54 minutes. So that is walk number 1. I should be able to get another walk in tomorrow, because tomorrow is Sunday, but we'll see. And I'll just continue on this challenge, and I'm hoping by recording myself doing this and filming this, that'll keep me motivated. So anyway, that is walk number 1 done. So it is a few days later, and we are finally doing my day 2 of my Walking the Saga challenge. So when I started my challenge, and the first clip was on a Saturday, and I was so excited about this, and I was so pumped for this little challenge I made for myself, that Sunday, first thing in the morning, I woke up to continue on with my little challenge. And then my walker decided to be a butthole, and the belt of the walker just started going really fast to the one side of the treadmill, but it just happened so fast that I didn't have time to stop it or anything. But basically anytime it was running, the belt was going like really far against one of the sides, to the point where the belt started like folding in on itself. I was on the floor here for over 3 hours trying to fix my walking pad, and it did not fix. I could not get it to work. So then I was on a chat with Amazon customer service, because I purchased it from Amazon, and luckily they were willing to give me a refund for it. The only problem was I didn't have a box large enough to ship it back in. So literally they like approved the return. I obviously didn't get the money back right away, but I went and purchased a new walking pad. I got the new walking pad in a few days ago, and with the box that the new walking pad came in, I returned the old walking pad. So now I have a new walking pad, and I am going to continue watching A New Hope and doing my challenge. Let's get started. It is my second walk of my Walking the Saga, and we are going to continue on with A New Hope, as I said. My last day I did my challenge, I decided to walk until Han Solo, Luke, and Obi-Wan left Tatooine. So I'm at that point in A New Hope, and today I think I'm going to walk until they get off of the Death Star. If I continue on, because I'm feeling good, but I'm also getting kind of hungry, so I might want to stop to eat. But we will see. If I continue on and finish this movie, then brownie points for Jodey. But right now, I'm just setting myself to finish once they leave the Death Star. And I know, because it happens every single time, Weasley is going to sit right in front of the treadmill and judge me that I'm walking on this thing and he is not walking, even though he went for a walk today. So like, he's been walked, he's had his exercise, and this is just exercise for Jodey. Anyway, let's continue on. So I decided to go just a tiny bit longer, and I went until they arrived on Yavin 4. So this walk was 43 minutes, less than my last walk, but now I only have whatever is left of this movie. I thought about looking to see how much I have left, but I was like, we'll surprise ourselves tomorrow when we finish this movie. So day 2, Walking the Saga, we are almost done A New Hope. So it is my 3rd walk on my treadmill, Walking the Saga, and it's already 2 p.m. I normally like to do these first thing in the morning when I get up, but I slept in because Puppers, that one right there, was throwing up all night. He's fine. He's fine. I slept in. Then I just wanted to, clean up this morning after I woke up. I'm going to for sure finish A New Hope. I think I only have like 30 minutes left of A New Hope, so maybe I'll start Empire Strikes Back. It's already 2 o'clock and I have other things I want to do today. So we'll see, but I'm for sure going to finish A New Hope. So I finished A New Hope, and when I finished, I was only at 23 minutes of my walk. So I was like, well, yeah, let's watch a little bit of Empire just to do a little bit longer of a walk. And like, this is exactly why I love watching movies while I walk, opposed to just listening to music or something. Especially in particularly movies like I love, like Star Wars, because I finished A New Hope and I'm like, hey, I can keep going. Like, let's go a little bit longer. And I was like, hey, I'll walk until Luke gets attacked by the Wampa. And then that part came and went. And I was like, okay, I'll walk until Han is about to leave Hoth. And now it's past that part. I'm at the part right after Luke and Leia have their lovely kiss. Okay, I do need to get off because it is almost 3 o'clock now and I still have a lot of stuff I need to do today. And Sam's going to be home around 5:30 and I have something planned for when he gets home, so I need to get that ready before he gets here. But again, this is just why I love watching a movie opposed to just listening to music or something while I'm on my walking pad, because it just very much makes me wanting to keep on going because I'm just enjoying watching one of my favorite movies. And we're officially on movie 2. So it is my 4th day of my Walking the Saga challenge, and we're going to be picking up where we left off on The Empire Strikes Back. So today is one of the few days in my weekends where I don't actually have a lot to do. So I already took the dog for a walk, which normally, because I'm always like busy, like yesterday even, I had stuff to do that day. So I took him for a walk, but then I didn't have time to also walk on my walker and continue this challenge. But today is one of those very few days where I actually don't have anything going on until way later in the day. So even though it's already like 10 after 10 o'clock, I've walked the dog and now I'm going to do my challenge because I have time today. So I'm not really setting myself a goal for today. I have already gone for a 45-minute walk with the dog. So I'm just going to see how long I want to walk for, and we'll just watch this movie and we'll just go until I'm like, okay, that's enough. I will update you guys and let you know at what point I stop. So I just did 48 minutes on my walking pad. When I was about 5-ish minutes into my walk, I decided I would walk up until they escape from like the space worm. I don't actually know if that has a name. I'm sure it does, but space worm. And then the next scene was like one of my favorite parts of Empire Strikes Back. So I was like, well, I'll finish this scene. So now I'm at this part where the bounty hunters are all aboard the Star Destroyer to get their mission to find Luke Skywalker. So anyway, 48 minutes, just under 3.5 kilometers. This is the part we are at in Empire Strikes Back, and we'll just keep on going. I think it's day 5 of walking the saga, and I don't have a ton of time today. There's a cute dog. I don't have a ton of time today, so I am just going to walk until Sam says dinner is ready, because Sam is making dinner right now. So I'm just going to walk until he says dinner is ready. We'll see how long that is. So we walked for 41 minutes, which I didn't think I'd walk that long, but walked for 41 minutes. This is the part I am stopping at. Han Solo got turned to carbonite. Leia is escaping with Lando, and Luke is fighting Darth Vader. I feel like this is a good place to stop. I hope there's no crazy twists or anything that happen following this, but we'll see. 41 minutes for round 5 of walking the saga. So I think it's day 7 of walking the saga, and today we are going to finish off Empire Strikes Back. I ended up watching way more of it than I expected to last time I walked, so I only have like 20 minutes left of Empire Strikes Back, and I'm gonna finish it, and then I'll start Return of the Jedi. I don't know how far I'll get into it. I have already taken the dog for a walk today. Don't think I'll do like a full like super long walk or anything on my walking pad, but at the same time, Return of the Jedi is my second favorite Star Wars, so we might just walk for a while. We'll see. But anyway, it's day 7, I think. Pretty sure it's day 7. I've totally lost track. But we are starting off with Empire Strikes Back, finishing it, and getting into Return of the Jedi. So let's get started. So I think this is the first time I've ever finished my walk by like saying, okay, I only have a little bit more left until I'm at like 3 kilometers. So I'll just keep going. Normally I am like, I'm going to watch until one part and then I'll stop no matter where I am. But today, as I was watching, obviously got to Return of the Jedi, but as I was watching, I'll walk until Luke Skywalker gets to Jabba's palace. And when Luke got to Jabba's palace, I was at like 2 kilometers, 0.72. So I was like, okay, I'll just walk until I'm at 3 kilometers. And this is where we are at. Luke just defeated the Rancor. And so that's the part we're at for Return of the Jedi. So that is day 7. Again, I don't know. Day 7 of walking the saga complete. And we are on movie 3 finally. So I don't have a ton of time today to go for a thing on my walking pad. I can't say the actual word because I haven't gone for an actual WALK yet. And this thing will freak out if I say the actual word. So anyway, I haven't gone for an actual one yet today because I'm waiting for my sister to go on one with her. But I'm waiting for her to be ready. And I'm already dressed in like my walking clothes. So I figured let's just go on the pad until she texts me that she's ready. So I don't think I'm going to get a ton of time in today, but let's just try to get some time in today. Why not? A little extra time is going to be better for me than worse for me. Let's see how much I can get done while I wait for my sister to be ready. So I'm not super far into Return of the Jedi at the moment, but this is where I am. My sister just texted me. Her husband is running to the store to get some fertilizer because I guess he's doing some gardening today. So once he's home, she'll be ready to go. So, Jesus, I cannot walk and film at the same time. This is dangerous. We'll just see how far I get. May as well get a little bit more of a walk in today. So let's get going. So I did not expect to get that much time in, but I got 40 minutes in just on my own, on my walking pad. They're already on Endor. Leia just got discovered by the Ewok and they're about to find her helmet and stuff. So I actually got way more time in than I thought I would. I thought I'd get maybe 10 minutes. So 40 minutes, not too bad. I'm leaving my walking pad out in the middle of the floor to encourage me to go on it again tomorrow. I think this is possibly day 8 of my challenge. I have an hour and 8 minutes remaining on Return of the Jedi, and it is 10 to 6 o'clock at the moment. I don't think I'm going to finish this. I was hoping I only had maybe like 45 minutes left, but definitely not. I do have somewhere I need to be tonight, so I would finish it if I didn't have anywhere to go tonight, but I do. Unfortunately, Return of the Jedi is going to be probably my longest movie it's taken me to finish. But yeah, we'll do like 40 some minutes today, and then next time I do this I will finish Return of the Jedi and then start Rogue One. So that's the plan. And yeah, let's just get started. I think day 8. I don't know. I've completely lost track of my days. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is why I love watching movies while I go on my walking pad, because as you can see, I finished the movie. So it actually only took me an hour. Again, I forgot about credits and stuff like that, but I was walking for just over an hour on my walking pad, finished Return of the Jedi. That was the fastest hour ever. Again, this is why I love watching movies while I'm on my walking pad. It just makes the time fly by. I was on my walking pad and before I knew it, they blew up the satellite on Endor. Darth Vader killed the Emperor and they were escaping. And I was like, wait, how much longer there's not much left of this movie? And I was like, well, guess we're finishing it. Oh, and there's the next. Actually, no, this isn't what I'm going to watch next. Next, I'm going to watch Rogue One. I finally finished one of the trilogies for my challenge, and I am excited to start Rogue One. Hour-long walk. I think that's actually my longest walk of my challenge that I've done. But hour-long walk, finish Return of the Jedi, starting Rogue One. I've completely lost track of what day I am on, so we're just gonna get started. So today I will be watching Rogue One whilst I walk on my walking pad. I don't know where I'm gonna stop. I'll just walk until I decide to stop. So we'll see how far I get. So I just finished my walk. I accidentally pulled away from the movie. but I'm 40 minutes into it. So I did a 40-minute walk. I was gonna walk until they arrived on Jeddah, but that was only 25 minutes. So I was like, hey, I'll walk until they get captured by SAGA's people. So that was just about 40 minutes. So I just walked until I was at 40 minutes, and that was my walk. I have an hour and a half remaining of it. Hopefully I can do that in maybe 2 walks. We'll see what I have time to do. I've been averaging about 3 walks per movie, which I think is pretty decent. But anyway, that is my first walk of Rogue One. It's been a while, but I am not giving up on this. So today I am continuing on my walking the saga with Rogue One. I know where I left off. I was at the part where Jin meets up with Saw Gerrera. So I'm at that part, and Sam is upstairs cooking dinner, and I'm going to walk until he says dinner is ready. So I don't know how long that's going to be, but I should, get started so I can get the most out of this as possible. So let's get started. So I did just over 30 minutes on my walking pad, did just over 2 kilometers of walking, and I'm at the part they just escaped Edu. So that's where I am. I have no excuse for why this is taking me. It's been really hot, and I've been really exhausted and stuff after work because it's so hot, but that's no excuse. Anyway, I'm obviously at a different place today because it's been, like I said, it's been really hot, and it's been too hot to walk in the basement because we don't have air conditioning. The basement is a little bit cooler than the rest of the house, but it's still been really, really hot. So I was like, hey, I need to still do this, and I was wanting to go to the gym. I actually have been going to the gym and working out here just because I do have air conditioning here. The only problem is I can't watch my movie while I'm here. But the other day I was like, wait, I could just download Disney Plus onto my phone and then download the movie I'm on. So that's what I've done. I have Rogue One downloaded onto my Disney Plus app on my phone. So I have Disney Plus and Rogue One downloaded. So I'm gonna go into the gym and go on the treadmill and watch some Rogue One here at the gym. See how many looks I get. Okay, I just got out of the gym. I feel great. I finished Rogue One. When I first started Rogue One, I thought I had more, I felt like it was a lot left because I started right after they escaped, I think, where Galen is. They escaped from there, so that's where I started. Thinking about the movie in my head, I'm like, there's still a lot of this movie. But I was like, but you know what? I should just finish it because I think this is the 3rd walk I've done with Rogue One, and pretty much every movie has taken me 3 walks so far. So I was like, I just got to finish it. Also, Rogue One is amazing in the sense that, especially the end of it, once it started, you just can't stop. Rogue One has just the most brilliant, amazing ending of life. But all I did was walk on the treadmill. I didn't do anything else at the gym. But even though I just did the treadmill, which technically I have a walking pad at home, I could have just done this at home. It actually just felt really good to get out of the house and do this somewhere else. Like I said, the gym is air conditioned, so that felt really good. Also, the treadmills here, obviously because they're actual treadmills and not just a walking pad, I can incline it. So I feel like I got a really good walk in because I was able to incline the treadmill and walk at an incline for my entire walk. So I finished Rogue One, and I think it was 53 minutes according to my watch, even though it's a little inaccurate because I didn't start my watch until I was about 4-ish minutes into my workout. So a tiny bit inaccurate, but still got the majority of my workout calculated on my watch. But oh, that felt really good. I think I'm gonna keep doing this, keep downloading the movies on my phone and bringing my phone here to the gym. I feel like I need to keep my walking pad as a winter thing. I really hate driving in the winter. I try to only drive in the winter if I absolutely have to. So the walking pad is great to have at home for days I don't want to drive to the gym. But on days like today where it's beautiful and gorgeous out, there's no reason for me to not just take the opportunity to leave the house for a bit and come to the gym. And now that I have figured out I can keep watching my movies here at the gym, why not? What is stopping me? I did have one person ask me if I was watching Star Wars. I had one guy who kind of kept walking behind me, and at one point I just kind of glanced over and it looked like he was staring at my phone. So I wonder if he was wondering if what I was watching. But one guy did ask. He was a younger, in his late teens, boy here at the gym. He walked past me and then he came back like a second later and he was like, I'm so sorry, is that Star Wars? I'm like, yeah, it's Rogue One. And he was like, oh, that's really smart. And I'm like, thank you. As I've said, my thing about watching movies is that it just like distracts me, and this 53 minutes I did just flew by because Star Wars is amazing. And now I am finally on the prequels. Jesus, bird just flew in front of my car. So we are back at the gym. I had a bit of an injury, so I've been kind of cleared by my doctor to continue walking. I was just in a lot of pain, so it was just really hard to do anything, let alone go for a long walk. The only walks I was really forcing myself to do was to take the dog for a walk. Now I can go back to doing that as well as doing this extra exercise. So we're back at the gym, and today we are finally starting the prequels. I don't know how long I'm going to walk, if I'm going to do like a full hour like I basically did last time, or what. I'm just going to walk until I just can't anymore, so we'll see how long that is. But anyway, let's head inside to the gym and get started on my first walk for the prequel trilogy. Okay, so I didn't go for a full hour, but I went for 58 minutes, so pretty proud of myself. There was definitely a couple moments there where I was ready to call it quits, but I just pushed through for a few minutes and ended up being fine. My injury did feel painful a few times, but again, I just kept walking and walking, and eventually it started to like kind of ease in pain, so that was really good. I did 58 minutes. I walked all the way up until right before they start the pod race. I figured that'd be a good place to end it today because that's obviously one of the most exciting parts of the movie, so I have something to look forward to, my next walk. And yeah, I can't believe I did 58 minutes. I'm very proud of myself. Okay, I'm very sweaty, so I'm gonna go home and get something to eat and then take a well-needed shower. Guess how many days it's been since the last time I went to the gym? 2 days. It's been 2 days since I've been at the gym, and I'm back again to continue on because I'm feeling good. Also, my husband is lovely and took the dog for a walk earlier today, so he's already been walked, so now I get a chance to do my own thing. I didn't have to go home and walk the dog right after work because he was already walked. First thing we are going to watch is the pod race scene. I specifically ended my last walk right where the pod race was about to begin so that I had something to kind of like look forward to. I don't really know how much time is in between these two scenes, but I'm thinking I'm going to walk today up until maybe right when Padme makes the decision to go back to Naboo, or right before they go to Naboo. I'm worried this stretch is going to be kind of difficult, but because besides the pod race, this entire chunk of the movie is kind of boring in my opinion. Like, this is definitely like the most like political Star Wars is, and that's not my jam. Politics is not my thing. So this is definitely like the most boring part of the movie, and that's also why I specifically wanted to have the pod race during this walk. But either way, gonna walk as long as I can. Let's see if I can get another hour in like I did 2 days ago. So let's just head into the gym and get started on this walk. So today I did a 46-minute walk. I walked the pod racing scene, then I'm going to Coruscant, and then back to Naboo. I thought I would walk up until they leave Coruscant for Naboo, but I walked up until basically Jar Jar was made a general of the Gungan army. I was at like 36 minutes when they left Coruscant, and I was like, I can keep going just a little bit longer. This walk was definitely a little bit tougher than my last one. My last walk, I stayed at a pretty slow pace. I was at like an incline of like 8 the whole time. This walk, I started at an incline of 8, and I just had to keep like lowering it because I was having a really tough time. And I ended up doing the majority of my walk at like a 5.5 incline. So it's still a decent incline, but not like a good 8 like I was last time for a whole hour. We have just like a chunk of the Phantom Menace left. So I think my next walk, if I'm feeling better, not so tired, I can finish the Phantom Menace and even potentially start Attack of the Clones. But I have to say, what a fun, cool experience it was watching the Phantom Menace and listening to the pod racing scene with headphones in. That was so cool. I'm going to my sister's house tonight, so I'm going to go home and shower so I don't have to be all stinky at her house. That is walk number 2 of the Phantom Menace. We're almost done. Next walk, I will finish the Phantom Menace and start Attack of the Clones. So we'll see you then. So we have a little bit of a dilemma today, and that dilemma is I have like 30 minutes left of the Phantom Menace, so I was really hoping to finish it and just like slightly start Attack of the Clones today, but my phone is only at like 40%. I didn't realize, and I was at my sister's house watching her kids for a little bit, and I was playing on my phone with the kids, and then I was like, okay, time to go, and I was like, my phone is at 40%. We're gonna walk either until the rest of Phantom Menace and a little bit of Attack of the Clones, or until my phone dies. We'll find out what comes first. So let's go. Okay, I am home now because my phone made it to like 10%, and then I was like, hey, that's it. I'm calling it because, I still wanted music for the ride home. So I'm home now. Phone is charging. So I did about 35 minutes. I made it just past seeing Anakin in Attack of the Clones. So I did make it through Phantom Menace and a little bit of Attack of the Clones, which is kind of what I wanted to do. I only did 35 minutes, which isn't great, but it's better than nothing. And now I'm on to Attack of the Clones. So I'm here at the gym again. I'm going to continue on with Attack of the Clones. I'm not quite sure how far I'll go, maybe until Anakin and Padme get to Naboo, but that does seem a little short, so we'll just walk and we'll see how far I get. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my gym has 2 different types of treadmills, and I was using one for a while, and then last time I came here all of the treadmills that were like that brand were in use, so I used the other treadmill, and I realized that this treadmill has a feature where you can completely block out like the amount of time you've been on the treadmill, which I think is awesome, because that is my biggest thing about going on the treadmill, is just constantly watching the time. So the fact that this treadmill, I can like literally get rid of the time altogether and not have it anywhere on the screen at all is like amazing. So that is my favorite new treadmill. So anyway, we're gonna head into the gym now and get started on a new walk. So I unfortunately witnessed one of my biggest gym pet peeves ever today. Lady was beside me on the treadmill, and when she was done, don't know how long she was on for, not the point, but when she was done, she got off the treadmill. 1, didn't clean the treadmill, disgusting, and 2, didn't lower her incline. Like, come on, like how inconsiderate can you be? Clean your equipment when you're done, and if you've like adjusted the incline, just lower it. Like literally, it's one button that you have to press to like say lower, and it'll lower it. You can step off, you can leave, you can go about your business, but just lower it for the next person. Like maybe the next person coming on doesn't want it to be at an incline. And clean your stuff. That's been a rule since a gazillion years, even before COVID, was to clean your equipment. So just clean your equipment. Like, I know it's a treadmill, I know you don't like have your hands all over it or anything, and you're not really like sitting on it, but still clean it. Like, come on, people. Anyway, don't remember how far I walked. About maybe 42-ish minutes. I'll show the screenshot of my time after this. But I walked until Anakin and Padme are on Naboo. Obi-Wan is on Kamino. So walked that far. Just getting really tired. I really wanted to go further, but I was just getting really tired, and I really need to not like overdo it right now with things going on. So yeah, that's where I ended off today, and now I think I might go meet my family for some pickleball. So that's also part of the reason I didn't want to overdo it, was because I'm going to go play some pickleball now. So yeah, talk to you later. I'm here at the gym despite so many factors keeping me from coming today. 1, my back is killing me. 2, I have somewhere to be at like 2:30, and it's currently 10 o'clock. So I do have time. I have lots of time, but my brain just always thinks like, oh, I have somewhere to be at 2:30, which means I have to leave at this time, which means I have to be ready at this time, which means I have to start getting ready at this time. I got up early to take the dog for a walk so that I would have time to come to the gym. So I'm here, and then when I got here, there was 0 parking spots available. I am so far away from the entrance. I have never parked this far away before. Anyway, I'm here. I made it. I'm parked. I have no excuses now not to go in and do a little bit of a workout Yes, my back is absolutely killing me, so I do not know how long this is going to be. I have time to do at least an hour, but I don't know if I'll do that because I'm just in a lot of pain right now. But I wanted to get here and I wanted to do a workout. I'm currently on Attack of the Clones. Anakin and Padme are on Naboo. Obi-Wan is on Camino. I'm not going to decide right now where I'm going to end because I'm just going to go until I just can't anymore. I'm proud of myself for at least making it here. That's the biggest step for me, is just getting here. That was the hardest part, and now let's go in and do a workout. This is one of those times after I finish a walk that I'm actually like proud of myself. As I said, I was only going to walk as far as like I physically could because my back is absolutely killing me, and I still ended up going for 52 minutes. I don't know how that happened. One point I was at 30 minutes, and then I was like, hey, I'm just going to keep on going a little bit longer because I wanted to end where I would only have like maybe like 45-ish minutes left of the movie, so my next walk I can finish Attack of the Clones. So I was like, hey, I'm just gonna walk until I'm at like a good place where I don't have like a whole bunch of movie left for my next walk. My glasses are fogging up from my sweat. So I ended up walking until Padme and Anakin were captured at the factory. I think that left me with like about 40 some minutes left of the movie, which is great. But I literally didn't notice until I took my screenshot of my workout that I walked for 52 minutes. I was like, wait, how did that happen? So I'm very proud of myself considering that my back was hurting the entire time. I'm going to go home and shower and get ready for the thing that I have to go to at 2:30. Be proud of myself for the fact that not only did I did 52 minutes when I was in a lot of pain, but like I said, I just got here. I came, I went on the treadmill, I did a workout. I didn't just sit at home and grumble that I'm in pain. So I'm very proud of myself today, and now I'm going to turn on my car and blast my AC. So I will see you later. So you guys don't know this because you're watching this all together, but it's been over 2 months since I've been at the gym to do my Walking the Saga. I had a really rough time for a while there. Things aren't great, but I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm going to get back to this. So I just checked, and I have about 40-ish minutes left of Attack of the Clones. I'm just going to take it easy today. I'm going to finish Attack of the Clones, and that's going to be my walk for today. And I'm going to get back into this because I need some sort of physicalness in my life. Let's go in. I feel like crap that it's been 2 months. I had a really rough time. I just could not be bothered to do anything, let alone go to the gym. So here we are today, 2 months later, finishing Attack of the Clones. Let's continue on with this. I'm not giving up. Okay, so I did 35 minutes finishing off Attack of the Clones. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be considering how long it's been. Let's hope nothing horrible happens in the next little bit that keeps me from coming back here again for 2 months. Let's actually finish this goal I set out for myself. It is a week and a bit later, and I am at the gym, and today I am going to start Revenge of the Sith. The last few weeks have been so busy, I just have not had time to come to the gym, but I'm here now. It's after work, which is why I still have makeup and stuff on. Sam had the day off, so he took the dog for a walk, which meant I don't have to take the dog for a walk, so I am free to come here. I'm nervous because my clothes have been sitting in the back of my car all day, so I'm really nervous that they're really cold. But anyway, we're going to start Revenge of the Sith today. I'm really looking forward to it. Let's see how far we get. Back in the car, and I did 40 minutes on the treadmill today. I walked from the beginning of the movie to when Anakin is given his assignment to spy on the Chancellor. So that's how far I got today. Felt really good. I was definitely getting a little tired, but I think it's because I had a really shitty lunch today at work. So I think that's part of the reason I felt really shitty, but it still felt good. Felt good to be on the treadmill, and I'm hoping if I can get on the treadmill again, maybe in the morning or not after a shitty lunch, I can do even longer than 40 minutes because let's be honest, 40 minutes is like pretty low for what I've done. But anyway, that's the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. I knew this morning when I woke up I was gonna go on my walking pad and I was gonna walk, but I remembered I'm going to my nephew's soccer, which is at the gym that I work out at. So I was like, perfect, I'll bring my gym bag to soccer, and then after soccer I'll stay at the gym for a little while and do stuff at the gym. I'll go for a walk, I'll maybe do some other stuff, absolutely no promises, but I will go for a walk today. It's not like I'm not doing other things. Like, I love going for swims, I love going to the gym and doing other things. It's just like this walking that sometimes I just can't bring myself to do. Most of the time I go with other people, like I go with Sam or other people, and when I'm with other people, obviously I'm not going to be watching my movies and stuff. So that's kind of my excuse why I haven't done my walking. But anyway, let's head to the gym, watch my nephew play some soccer, and then we will go for a walk. Just got out of the gym and I walked for 58 minutes. That was so unplanned. Did not intend to stay on the treadmill for an hour, but wow. When I first got on the treadmill, I was at the part of Revenge of the Sith right after Anakin's conversation with Obi-Wan, where they said they want him to spy on the Chancellor. My initial plan was to walk until Anakin became Darth Vader, but when that happened, I was like, not even 3 kilometers in, and I was like, I can keep going, but let's keep going. Let's order 66 up this shizzle. I just kept walking. I walked all the way to 4 kilometers, and then of course I wanted to like finish the scene I was on just to get to like the next scene, so I wasn't like stopping halfway through a conversation. So I ended up walking, I think 4.13 kilometers for 58 minutes. I'm so happy with myself. I can't believe I walked for that long. You can tell how much I'm sweating just from my red face, but also it's freaking cold outside. But anyway, I'm so happy with myself. I think that was awesome. And yeah, let's go home and shower because I am sweaty. It is the next day. We are here in the basement and I'm going to go on my walking pad today because I didn't feel like driving to the gym. And we are going to finish Revenge of the Sith. Part of the reason I walked as long as I did yesterday was because I wanted to leave a very easy, finishable amount of time of Revenge of the Sith for me to do the next day, which is today. And I have 42 minutes remaining of Revenge of the Sith. When I finished off yesterday, it was right at the part where Obi-Wan and Yoda like realized, they watched the security footage where they realized Anakin has officially turned to the dark side. And the next scene is Obi-Wan going to Padme to see if she will tell him where Anakin is. So we have a lot to look forward to. We have Anakin versus Obi-Wan scene to look forward to. We have Yoda versus Palpatine scene to look forward to. This is going to be a very fast walk, very fast 42 minutes because it's a great ending of this movie. All right, we are all done Revenge of the Sith. Once again, I forgot about how long the credits actually are, so my walk ended up only being 37 minutes, not 42 like I predicted, but it was a nice short walk to finish off the movie. And next movie, we're gonna do Solo, which I think is like the last real hurdle I have to get over because Solo is like my second least favorite of the saga, but that's okay. I still enjoy Solo. I was holding the remote control in my hand, and as I was like realizing that this wasn't actually going to be a 42-minute walk, I was like, maybe I'll start Solo. And then I dropped the remote and I was like, I'll just take that as a sign to finish off this walk. But yeah, we are officially done the prequel trilogy, so we have just Solo and then the sequels, and then we're done. It's the next weekend and I'm here with Solo, ready to go and ready to walk to Solo. I have no idea how far I'm gonna walk. I don't really know the timings in Solo enough because it's definitely my least watched Star Wars movie. We'll just go as long as I feel like going. So let's get started. And we are done our walk for today. Again, I wasn't really sure where I wanted to finish off when I first started this walk. At first I was like, well, let's walk until we first see like the Crimson Dawn ship. And then I was like, well, may as well watch the next part because Paul Bettany is amazing in this movie. And then right after that scene, we meet Lando. And I'm like, well, I can't not skip the introduction of Donald Glover as Lando. So I walked for 63 minutes. because I had to watch up to the Millennium Falcon, obviously. So they are just about to head off onto the Kessel Run. I think that's my longest walk of my entire challenge, 63 minutes. I'm proud of myself. So anyway, that's it for today. It's the next day and I'm continuing on with Solo. I have an hour and 13 minutes left of this movie. I don't think I'm gonna finish it all in one walk like I did yesterday. It's already 3:15 in the day. I had a lot of cleaning and a lot of stuff to do today, so I wanted to push this walk until later so that I wasn't doing all my cleaning and stuff while I myself was sweaty and gross. So it's already quite a bit later in the day, so I don't think I'm gonna do the full hour and 13, even though I did 63 minutes yesterday. Still very proud of myself for that. So I'll probably break this up into like just over 40-ish minute segments so that I can finish it in 2 walks, one today and then one maybe next weekend or something, or later on during this week. But yeah, let's get started with my second part of Solo. Okay, so I walked 41 minutes, 3 kilometers, and I am almost done the movie. They just got to the planet that I'm forgetting the name of, where the Marauders explained what they were doing, their side of things, and they're about to go do their plan to Crimson Dawn, and it's gonna be great. Probably about 40-ish more minutes left of Solo. I'm feeling really tired after that run, probably because I did have some lunch a couple hours ago, and I did like do some things around the house to try to settle everything in my stomach before I went for a walk. Clearly it was not enough, and now I know that these long walks need to be done on an empty stomach. Should have one more walk left of Solo, and then we are on to the sequel trilogy, and then we are almost done. So not only did I get my longest walk in walking solo, but I think this is the first time I've done 3 days in a row of walking. It's definitely not my first like working out 3 days in a row, but definitely it could very possibly be the first time I've done 3 of my Star Wars walks 3 days in a row. Day 3 of Solo. I have 33 minutes remaining according to Disney Plus, but again, that includes the credit, so it's not actually like a true 33 minutes. But either way, so I worked from home today, so I was just sitting here and I was gonna, come downstairs and watch trash TV and do some knitting. But I was like, you know what? Let's just finish off Solo. I have less than 30 minutes left of it. Let's just get this done, because next up is The Force Awakens, and I have a plan for The Force Awakens. Whether or not that plan actually happens or not, I don't know. But either way, I was like, let's get this done. I'll take a couple days off of my walking, and then hopefully this weekend I can get in my plan for The Force Awakens. So I just finished my walk and Solo. I was only walking for 24 minutes and about a kilometer, about 1.7 kilometers. It's funny because I feel like I got both my longest and my shortest walk in with Solo. I'm all done Solo, and now we have just the sequel trilogy left of this challenge, and I'm feeling great. This is such a nice little walk. I feel so good. It was nice to just get a quick little walk in. I just love doing this challenge. Every time I actually get back on my walking pad or the treadmill to do this challenge, I just so enjoy it. Even like I said at the beginning of Solo, Solo is one of my least favorites of all of the movies, but it's still so fun. I still really enjoy it, specifically my last walk with Solo. I watched the entire Kessel Run scene with both their heist on the Kessel and then actually escaping and doing the Kessel Run. I watched that entire part. This movie is so much fun. I love the introduction of Han and Chewie. So even though it's like one of my lesser favorites of the Star Wars movies, I still love it. So much fun. But next is my favorite, The Force Awakens. To this day, still my favorite Star Wars movie, and I can't wait to watch it. So I'm going to take a few days off, and hopefully this weekend I'm going to get started with The Force Awakens. So back down in the basement, and I am going to walk to The Force Awakens. I'm excited. This is my favorite movie of the whole saga, and I'm excited to walk to it. So I'm just going to walk as much as I want with this movie because it's my favorite. Let's get started. We're on movie 9 of 11. We're so close to being done. I'm so excited to be almost done this challenge that I made out for myself. But yeah, let's get started on The Force Awakens. I've been walking so long that the walking pad turned off on me and I just had to restart it, but I'm still going. So how my last longest walk was so low at 63 minutes, I just surpassed that by quite a bit. I just walked the entire length of The Force Awakens. I walked for 2 hours and 9 minutes. I am so proud of myself. I had a goal, and the goal was to walk the whole movie, and I did it. I can't believe I did it. There was definitely a couple moments where my legs were feeling really wobbly, and I was worried I wasn't going to be able to do it, but I did it. The worst part was definitely right around the time Han Solo confronts Kylo Ren. That was definitely the worst part, but at that point I was like, I've already gone so far. I can't quit now. I have to finish this. I had my great coach here with me the whole time, right, Sneezy? He's a silent coach, but he's a good coach. Does that mean I'm going to walk the entire length of The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker? I doubt it, because I need like literally an entire day of doing nothing to be able to do this, because it does take a long time. And then, you know, I need to shower and stuff because I am stinky after doing that length of a walk. But I'm so proud of myself. I walked the whole movie, 2 hours and 9 minutes, my favorite Star Wars movie. So with each movie, it's taken me about 3-ish walks to finish the full movie. Was originally going into today, going to be 9 more walks. Now I'm down to maybe potentially only 6 more walks, depending how long it takes me to do the last 2 movies. But I'm still proud of myself because I had a goal, and that was to walk the entire Force Awakens, and I did it. I'm so proud of myself. And now I'm going to go veg out for the rest of the afternoon. It is randomly busy at the gym today, but not like in the gym. Like there is a massive lineup to leave the parking lot. It's weird. Anyway, I'm at the gym. I am going to go walk on the treadmill to The Last Jedi. I just got off work and Sam had the day off, so he was able to take the dog for a walk. So I felt okay to come here and not go home and walk the dog because he has already been walked. And we are going to start The Last Jedi on my walking. Don't know how long I'm going to go. I don't have really plans for the afternoon or evening or anything, but I also don't want to be home too late. So we will see. All right, let's go. I look like such a dork right now with my short sleeve workout shirt and my vest on, but I am all done. My walk, first walk of The Last Jedi, and I walked all the way to Rey and Luke's second lesson that they do together, which was an hour walk. Wasn't planning on walking that far. Right now I'm kind of setting myself a goal to finish these last 2 movies in 2.5 walks, and by 2.5 walks I mean do another like hour of Last Jedi and then finish Last Jedi and start The Rise of Skywalker in 1 walk, and then do like 2 hours of The Rise of Skywalker. That's my goal. And now I've thought of maybe potentially doing this challenge again, but with something else that's not Star Wars. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to head home to my puppy and get some cuddles. All right, see you later. All right, we are down in the basement again, going to continue on with The Last Jedi. It is Saturday morning, and I'm not taking the dog for a walk just yet because my friend is actually going to come over later, and her and I are going to go for a walk. So I was like, perfect. This gives me the opportunity to go for a walk that I can't really bring the dog on, and then still take him for a walk later. We are down here. We are about an hour into The Last Jedi. I have an hour and a half remaining. My goal would be to walk another hour and then do the remaining 30 minutes and maybe a chunk of Rise of Skywalker. My next walk that I do. Hopefully it'll be sometime this week, but yeah, let's just get started. So I went just a little bit longer than I was expecting to. I went for 1 hour and 8 minutes. So I now have just under 30 minutes left of the movie that I will finish on my next walk. Feeling really good, except that I got a blister as I was walking because my sock rode down on my ankle. So I'm kind of annoyed about that. And especially since I'm going for a walk with my friend later today, I'm like, cool, blister, fun. The day I walked the entire Force Awakens, nothing, no blisters, no nothing. But today, for just a quick little hour walk, blister when I have to go out later. That's what blister band-aids are for. I think I would have finished it if my friend wasn't coming over, but I do want to shower because I'm stinky and I would like to clean the kitchen before she gets here. So on my next walk, the goal is to finish The Last Jedi and start The Rise of Skywalker. Also, I literally just finished reading the book Phasma, which is like the origin story of Captain Phasma, and watching this movie like with like all the context of Phasma, I'm like, damn. I have a whole spiel that I kind of came up with as I was walking for what I want to say about that book. So look out for my next what I've been reading video, because I will go very much into detail about my thoughts on Captain Phasma and the movies when we get there. Anyway, we have one movie and 20 minutes left. I'm so close to finishing this. I'm so excited. So I just got to the gym and I'm going to go for a walk. The goal is to finish Last Jedi, which I have like not even 30 minutes left of Last Jedi. So I should have zero problem finishing it, and then do as much of Rise of Skywalker as I can. Need to finish this walk soon because I want to post this video for Star Wars month, and I'm getting close to needing this done. But I only have 3 walks to do, so we're gonna head into the gym and walk for The Last Jedi and a chunk of The Rise of Skywalker. Let's do this. So I unintentionally walked for literally a couple seconds, less than an hour. I was walking and I was like, okay, that's enough. I finished at the end of a scene and I was like, okay, time to go. But I checked the time, it was 59 minutes, like 57 seconds. I'm like, way to go. Finished The Last Jedi, started The Rise of Skywalker. They just got to Kijimi, so I have about 1 hour and 38-ish minutes, I think, remaining of the movie. Definitely possible to do in 2 walks. We just gotta get those 2 walks in, and then I will be done. So exciting. I'm here at the gym to do my second last walk for walking the saga. For a moment I was like, you know what, let's do this in 1, but I have like over 1.5 hours of Rise of Skywalker left, so I don't think I can do it in 1 walk. Yes, I did all of Force Awakens, but my back has been acting up again, so I don't think I can do a full almost 2 hours walk. But yeah, let's just head on to the gym and get started on this walk. Well, I'm not gonna have to come back again because I finished my challenge. Oh my god, was not expecting to finish The Rise of Skywalker today, but I did. Oh my goodness, not gonna lie, the first like 30 minutes was kind of tough. My back was really hurting. I started at the part where they had arrived on Kijimi, and I was like, hey, I don't know where I'm gonna stop, but like I'll do like, I don't know, 40 minutes. I'll try to do 1 hour. And 30 minutes in, my back was killing me, but then I was like, hey, well, let me just lower the incline a bit. I'll walk until they get to Exegol. And then they got to Exegol, and just that last half of the movie is just so freaking good. I love the ending of that movie. So I just kept watching and kept watching. And then I was just like, okay, well, at this point, I may as well finish it. And lowering the incline did really help my back. So that made it a lot easier. And I finished the movie. So I am officially finished my challenge. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. By saying I won't be coming back here, I don't mean ever, because I definitely will still continue to go to the gym. I do enjoy walking to these movies, so I'll keep doing that. I might not do this challenge necessarily again, but I did it. I finished it. And now I'm just gonna do some stats. So let's go over that. We are here in the computer room, and I have all my stats from my many minutes of walking the Saga now that I have finally finished. So I walked a total of 28 walks. I walked a total of 1,392 minutes, which on average was about 49 minutes a walk. And then I walked a total of 99.3 kilometers. I'm a little disappointed that it's not 100, which on average was about 3.54 kilometers per walk. My longest walk was obviously The Force Awakens because I walked that entire movie, which was 129 minutes. And it was 9 kilometers that I walked. And it looks like my shortest walk was 24 minutes. And that looks like it was 1.71 kilometers. So overall, I'm actually really impressed that my average was 49 minutes because a lot of the times I was striving to do like a 40-minute walk. So the fact that my average was 49 minutes, I'm really happy about. The only thing I was disappointed in when it came to this was just how long it took me to do this. I will never fully admit how long it took me to finish this challenge, but I would just like to add in the fact that I did this in midst of doing other workouts. It's not like this was the only thing I was ever doing. I just did this when I had time to fit a extra walk into my schedule, whether that was I would go to the gym after work because I knew Sam had been home with the dog all day and had taken the dog for a walk, because obviously my priority is taking my dog for a walk. So like just today, for example, I got home from work. Me and Sam have both been at work all day. And so I didn't want to, leave work and just go to the gym when my dog needs to be walked and he needs to be let out to go to the bathroom. So he's my priority. So I also like going for swims. So I went for a lot of swims in the midst of all of this. And then also I had one kind of like really shitty thing happen to me in the midst of all of this, and that really put a damper on things. Like I do think I mentioned in here that there was a time I went like 1 or 2 months without walking at all. Like when I say, again, walking, I mean the challenge, not doing any other things, physical activity or anything like that. There was either like a 1 to 2 month span where I was just not in a good headspace to care about anything. After all of that, I finally finished. There was definitely times when I was like, should I just give up on this? And I'm so glad that I persevered and I did it. And now I can say I walked the entire Saga. I did it. I'm so proud of myself for actually following through. My goal, if I do this again, is just to not take as long as I just did take. But that is going to be it. You have stuck around till the very end of this video. Thank you. You're awesome, because I've already edited the majority of this video, so I know how long it is. I only need to add in 2 more parts of this video to complete it. So I already know how really long this video is. And so if you stuck around this long, like, you're a champ. Thank you so much. You're better at committing to things than I am. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys so much for sticking around for this challenge and hopefully believing in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. But that is going to be it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, I would love it if you would subscribe. I post new videos every single Friday and I would love to have you here. Thanks for watching. Happy Star Wars month. May the Force be with you.